So, do you find yourself saying a lot, where did you put your shoes? Have you lost them again? Where's your lunchbox? Where is your jacket? Where did you put your hat? You just had it in 5 minutes ago. Where is it now? Is your child constantly losing things? Well, you might have what we call a parrot child. Parrot children are enthusiastic. They have a million ideas all at once. They're not trying to lose things. It's just that their brain has jumped to the next great idea. They're very exciting children, and they're a lot of fun, and they bring so much joy to the world. They really are fabulous. But losing things can be so frustrating. So I'm going to keep looking at my notes. So, even though they're curious, energetic, social, and so much fun, losing things is a real pain. So we've got to keep them, we've got to start helping them learn about keeping an eye on their belongings. And everyday routines is something that's going to help them for their whole life. It's something every person has to learn. It's an extra challenge for our parrot children to learn. So you might need some extra strategies to help, instead of just repeating and getting angrier and angrier and angrier. So here is tip 1. Start creating really simple routines. Okay, really simple routines. So in the morning, what are the 5 things you need to do in the morning? So you keep saying it. You need to brush your teeth, do your hair, get dressed, make sure you have your lunchbox, and pack your school bag. So a simple routine. And then the same when they get to preschool or school, you've got to hang up your bag, hang up your coat. 5 things. And then when you pick them up, have you got your jacket, your lunchbox? Check now, the 5 things, are they there? And then when you get home, where are you going to put those things? So if you do it every day, I know it's repetitive, but if you do it every day, you build up a routine, and it helps them learn how to organise their lives. So it's a really good skill you're helping them. Try to have one place for everything. So when you walk in the door, have your shoes by the door. Your lunchbox when you get home goes on the bench. So try to have a place for everything rather than lots of places where they might possibly be. I know I'm a bit of a parrot, and I've got to put my keys in the same place every time. And even though I am now a grandmother, if I don't, I've locked myself out of my apartment because I haven't put my keys back where they need to go. So I know the importance of these routines, so help your child learn them. My parents did. Visual reminders can help, like having a little by the door, a little checklist. Have you got? I like this one. Teach, pause and scan. So before your child leaves home, get them to stop, scan, have you got everything? Have a think. So pause, think before they move on to the next exciting thing, because your child is always going to have exciting things they're thinking about. Focus on the skill. Try not to blame them and say things like, oh, you're so forgetful. You'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on, and those sorts of things. Try to say, we need a better system for you to remember this. Did you try the stop and pause? I think you better keep practicing that. Okay, so concentrate on the skill development. Right, so the child who loses things are often very creative, energetic, full of joy, and bring excitement to the world and their friends. But they do need to learn systems to keep things organised. So, if you have a question about your child because you think they might be a parrot, pop it in the comments below and I will get back to you and answer those questions. If you have questions that you want answered right away, follow the link in the description and it'll take you to a whole lot of resources. If you're not too sure if your child's a parrot or an eagle or an owl or a dove, then definitely follow the link because there's a quiz there that you might want to do. So follow Wise Parenting for more parenting tips based on personality.